Did you know that selfies started in the Renaissance? Okay, stay with me here. Selfies are about self-expression, right? They're also about how we perceive ourselves and definitely about how we want to present ourselves to others. And those ideas about personal expression, about personalities, we can trace back to the Renaissance and the self-portrait of the artist as a young man. Now, broadly speaking, society didn't used to think of artists as geniuses or creators. They were considered craftsmen, like blacksmiths or carpenters. But then the Renaissance happened, and this explosion of ideas and the incredibly talented people who had those ideas led to an interest in things like individual expression. People weren't just interested in art, they were interested in artists. Thanks, Vasari. And artists began to paint self-portraits, especially this guy, Albrecht Dürer. He painted several self-portraits throughout his life, and he was very conscious about how his depiction of himself affected his public image or his brand. Literally, this was his brand. This is probably the most famous self-portrait Dürer painted of himself at 28. If this feels a little religious, yeah, he purposely painted in the style of paintings of Jesus. So, Albrecht Dürer, the Kanye West of the Northern Renaissance. But what about the more famous artists of the Renaissance, like the ones that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were named after? Sorry, Donatello, you were a little too early on the Renaissance, so you didn't have any self-portraits. Now let's start with the original Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci. Now, he wasn't really a very prolific painter, and he was bad at finishing paintings. But he did draw a lot, and the only widely accepted self-portrait is this drawing, made in 1512 when he was 60. It's not completely uncontroversial. Some people think it's his father or his uncle instead, and then there are others who think that the Mona Lisa is Leonardo's self-portrait as a woman. You know what? I'm just not even going to go there. Moving on to Raphael, who did a few self-portraits, including one in his masterpiece, The School of Athens. There he is, peeking out at us from the right-hand corner. And that's not the only Renaissance master in this painting. Raphael included Leonardo as Plato in the center of the piece, and down at the bottom, a depressed-looking Michelangelo as Heraclitus. Now, speaking of Michelangelo, there is one known self-portrait of his, and it's a doozy. It's in the Last Judgment, a fresco on the wall of the Sistine Chapel, in the depiction of St. Bartholomew. Nope, not there. There. Yes, Michelangelo painted himself as the flayed skin of St. Bartholomew. So yeah, the tortured artist also started in the Renaissance. So selfies as a form of personal expression, as a reflection of how we want the world to view us, have a distinguished history. So never apologize.